All right, and the racers are off. Welcome everybody back. This is another Castlevania Symphony of the Night randomizer tournament match. This is going to be a three-way race between Christogrim at the top here, Dogwood in the bottom right, and then we got Mr. Razio on the bottom left. Everybody say hi to YouTube. YouTube, you better say hi back in the comments. Don't be rude to Twitch chat. Or be a part of Twitch chat. If you follow me on Twitch, make sure you can actually watch these streams live as they happen every Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday, and sometimes on the weekends if I am available. If you want to make sure you don't miss a stream, following my Discord is probably the best place to do it because I ping my Discord every time that I stream live. Same with Twitter and the YouTube comments, or sorry, YouTube community section, all those places. But just going to get all this stuff out of the way now because the prologue doesn't really matter too much, but yeah. Hopefully you guys are a little accustomed to how the randomizer works, but just as like a little beginner's quick tutorial on the randomizer itself, relics have been randomized. The equipment that the players are going to be using is randomized, both in its name as well as the stats and attributes of the weapons. So that can mean a lot of different things. I'll try and point it out as we see things happening in real time. Moving our way over to Dogwood's perspective, seeing as how he is in the lead so far. The other things that are important to note about the randomizer itself is this game in particular is all about clean movement most of the time, and this particular type of randomizer emphasizes checking as many types of or as many relic locations as possible as quick as possible. That's usually the best way to succeed in this type of randomizer. So, oh yeah, don't forget about the second channel. All the links in the description of this video are very important. Check them out if you're interested in watching more SotN, speedrunning / randomizer content type things. So yeah, so far the entrance part of the randomizer isn't too important unless somebody uses a library card early. That is one way that you can skip this cutscene with death that's happening right here for Dogwood. And skipping that cutscene with death means you get to keep all of your starting equipment. Sometimes it's important to keep your starting equipment, sometimes not. It seems like the starting equipment they have in this seed isn't too important, so it's not too bad if they end up losing it here. It just depends on what they end up finding later. Let's see what the first item is. It says it's a Morgan Mill. You can see that all of these players are using an automatic tracker. So if they pick up something that is an important thing to note, like right here, the Rib of Vlad, you can see it instantly lights up here, saying that they do now have the Rib of Vlad. The Rib of Vlad is one of the 5 Vlad relics. You need all 5 Vlad relics in order to get to the end of the game. Specifically, the end goal of every randomizer playthrough is you want all 5 Vlad relics, and you also want to have access to some form of flight to get to the second castle, as well as the holy glasses, so you can actually enter the second castle legitimately. So all of that stuff is going to be important. What would be considered important equipment? Something that just does a lot of damage, or like a duplicator, or if you have even a sellable that's like worth a lot, that might be great because using the library card, you'll instantly teleport to the shop. And by instantly teleporting to the shop, you can check what's at the library and possibly buy really strong equipment. So that's one of the things that I usually look out for when I do potential early library card stuff. If you guys have any questions in Twitch chat, feel free to let me know. I will try and answer them as they come up, because there seems to be some decent amount of dead time in a lot of these races. Oh, look who decided to show up for the stream. It's everybody's favorite kitty. His Beans. Look at him. He's so cute. He's getting very big. He's already almost like 3 months old. That's crazy. Neutron death skip not allowed. Great question. So in this version of the randomizer, it is played using the glitchless rule set, specifically because there are very powerful glitches that exist in Castlevania Symphony of the Night that allow you to skip the majority of the game depending on your relic or item loadout. So because of that, we found it to be the most interesting and the most beneficial as far as like competitive gameplay goes for the most amount of people to get into the randomizer if we use the glitchless rule set. So there are still certain like mechanics that you can abuse that aren't technically glitches, but will be used to help gain an advantage in a speedrun scenario. So that's why we use the glitchless speedrun rule set. So you can like abuse iframes to get past certain areas. You can use different combinations of relics in unintended ways that aren't technically glitches, that kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, we would allow relic skip, and relic skip is extremely overpowered in a randomizer scenario, because that would change the requirements for beating a randomizer seed from having all 5 Vlad relics and holy glasses and flight. It would change it to just being holy glasses and flight. So if you just had holy glasses and flight, which is something that you can find within like the first 10 minutes of a seed, for example, then you could just finish the seed in 10 minutes. So just to kind of increase the amount of gameplay and increase the strategies involved in these kinds of speedruns, these randomizer speedruns, we decided to use the glitchless rule set overall. There are some randomizer presets that have glitches in mind, but we don't play on those because they are actually quite difficult, because you need to know like every glitch in the game to finish those sometimes. So as far as like accessibility goes and getting as many people playing the randomizer as possible, the glitchless rule set is very, very good for that. Yeah. So far, this is a pretty standard seed. It's really benefiting just clean movement, not getting hit. It seems like everybody found a decent-ish sword. It's one-shotting everything so far, so that's good. And Dogwood with a pretty solid lead, I would say. This is like a 20-second lead almost. And this early in the game, when there's not that much going on, it's oh, that's 2-hitting the Diplos. That's a good sword then. If it's 2-hitting the Diplos this early on, it's a good sword. Are a lot of glitches hard to input properly? Not necessarily. It just depends on the glitch, and it depends on the setup, and it also requires knowledge of using those glitches. So for just like an average runner who just wants to pick up the randomizer and play and do races, having them have the prerequisite knowledge of doing those like glitches and skips seems like a lot to ask for. So that early Morgamel was a 51 attack. Oof, that's big. That is very big. It seems to have not a great hitbox. You can tell by the animation of the sword swing. If it has like a thick sprite, that usually means it'll double hit if you do a jumping attack. If it has that like thin baby looking hitbox, that means it's not going to double hit when you use it in the air, but it still does a lot of attacks, so that's still quite good, especially for this boss coming up here, Doppelganger 40, who is susceptible to an infinite loop, but can't be double hit by swords because he has iframes after every hit. So you have to actually AI loop him over and over again to kill him quickly. So it's all going to come down to who does this fight the best. Oh, wow, it's a 2-hit. Good loop from Dogwood here. Plays it safe. Leaves at 741. Razio struggling a tiny bit. And is going to leave the room at 750-ish. Okay, so about a 10-second lead. Yeah, so Dogwood has about a 10-second lead on the other two right here. Dogwood opting to skip this item check, I think it was, possibly. So we'll see, we'll see. It looked like it was just a hammer, so it's not that big to skip. Oh, that's Bat in the outer wall. Bat does fill the requirements of being a flight relic, so that is one of the requirements needed to beat the game. And Bat is the best version of flight there is, because Bat comes pre-baked with the Wing Smash ability just like available as soon as you grab it. And Wing Smash is one of the fastest ways, if not the fastest way, definitively to get around the castle. It does require use of MP every time you use the Wing Smash spell. You also have to recharge the Wing Smash spell over and over again if you want to use it over and over again. Otherwise, you'll fly for a certain bit and then fall out of the Wing Smash, so... Question mark, question mark, question mark. Nonetheless. Yeah, I said it in kind of a weird way, but still. Oh. Nonetheless, moving forward. Yes, we're seeing the Wing Smash in play right now. Dogwood did a chain of 3 Wing Smashes in a row. Every time you're going to see somebody use the Wing Smash, their MP bar is going to be going down. It cost 8 MP in total to use the Wing Smash. Chris opting to skip the library altogether? That's an interesting play. I don't necessarily hate it, considering Chris doesn't have a lot of money right now, so he can just go other places first. I wonder if he's just checking Fire of Bat and then going to library. This is an unconventional route for sure, but I don't think it's necessarily that bad. Grabs Leapstone. Leapstone allows you to do an extra jump in the air and also combines well with the Bat Relic, because the Bat Relic maintains horizontal momentum when you use it, so you can dive kick and then transform into the Bat, and that gives you a lot of horizontal speed. So yeah, Chris just doing the Fire of Bat check early. I guess that's fine. The issue is that I usually combine the Fire of Bat check with the full movement of going up into Castle Keep. So I guess for this to make sense, he needs to not go to Castle Keep now after checking the library. He has to go to like Castle Entrance or something. But usually you could go to Castle Entrance from Castle Keep by using the warp. So I think this route only would have made sense if he decided to go all the way to Castle Keep and then teleport back to Outer Wall later once he had money. I think that's the only way that this route would have actually been good. I also didn't see what was in the shop because I was kind of enamored with what the heck Chris was doing. Did anybody see anything interesting in the shop? Library looks like a bust, so nothing. I didn't see anybody going crazy in chat, so it was just Skill of Wolf. No. Yeah, just trash. Damn. Yeah, usually when you're looking at the shop, you're looking to see if you can find any weapons that are good. It can be hard to read the shop because the names and sprites are shuffled around with items in this version of the randomizer, so. Let's go ahead and take this time to listen in to how the racers are doing so far, specifically Dogwood. Since Dogwood seems to be pretty firmly in the lead here, in my opinion. Dogwood also going for the route that I usually opt for in this scenario when you see Bat at Outer Wall. You go out of your way to, go from the library to Clock Tower, and then from Clock Tower you get to Castle Keep. Then you would warp from Castle Keep to check Entrance, and then Alchemy Lab and all that fun stuff, and you just go from there. I've thought about it, Sapo. The issue is that, like, again, it creates more friction, I think, because you're requiring people to, like, learn those glitches for specific types of, like, races and seeds and stuff like that. And it becomes a little arbitrary and difficult to, like, draw the line at what counts as, like, a really big glitch and which doesn't, so. I think it's just something that not a lot of people are really all that interested in. And also, in a randomizer setting in particular, certain items are extremely powerful, and adding an extra thing that can just skew the race based off of just a random chance, like random luck, for example. Like if somebody finds a duplicator in a seed that allows, or like a type of randomizer that allows for some glitches, usually that benefits the player who finds the duplicator, and it makes the duplicator even more powerful. So it can end up skewing like people in like more drastic ways because of that. And it becomes less about movement skill and more about just finding the correct item in the correct place. Thanks, you said there was Vardas in the shops for 3K. They actually had the Varda stats. Interesting. So that could end up playing a big role, but it seems like the weapon that they're using is good enough for now. So we'll see. And if they find a library card here, we'll see. Yeah, making logic for such a rule set would be a nightmare. You would probably just run with like safe logic or casual logic or something like that, or no logic at that point, and just say fuck it. I think it would have to be something like casual logic. But then again, like the seeds would last like anywhere from like an hour to like 30, 20 minutes. So yeah. So again, there's just not like a great solution to allow for a glitch type rule set in Randomizer currently without adding, because there is a glitch rule set that exists for the glitched logic, and that glitched logic is very advanced, all things considered. And those seeds take fucking forever to generate, man, just because it requires a lot of CPU power to just generate the locks required for a seed like that. So. Yeah. Besides, I think the glitchless rule set is fine because you actually just play the game. And it emphasizes like actual like major skills. Ooh, that's a library card. Most people do these item checks. Specifically Razio.
That's big.
Razio seems to be kind of catching up here. Because I think Razio was relatively behind compared to Dogwood. I wonder if Dogwood spent time on extra checks that Razio didn't. But still.
Oh, it really is. Okay.
This could be big for him. all things considered. Spending a lot of time in menus, and just like that, Razio's taking the lead just because of... Oh, it's because he skipped... Okay, he skipped this check. Never mind. That's not a real lead. Meanwhile, Chris just checked Castle Entrance and found Jewel of Open. We found right over here, Jewel of Open at Castle Entrance. So that can be big. The main issue is that Chris hasn't been to Castle Keep yet, and he's going to have to go to Castle Keep a little bit later. But that doesn't seem to be too big of a deal because Castle Keep seems kind of bad. There doesn't seem to be anything super interesting at Castle Keep right now. Also, Dogwood struggling to make it up into the Power of Mist area.
Wow.
Wing Smash looks like it eats up a lot of MP. Yes and no. It eats up 8 MP per cast. And one of the major skills in speedrunning this game, specifically like the glitchless rule set, comes down to MP management. MP management is a major, major skill. Sorry, major skill when it comes to speedrunning this game. So... Ooh, it's Eye of Vlad. Okay, so it is a Vlad relic, so they are going to need to go there at some point. Okay. But yeah. What's up, Rapu? And another thing to think about, like, the randomizer kind of gives you a lot of the same types of weapon opportunities as, like, a glitched playthrough a lot of the time. And in general, like... There's so many overpowered weapons in this game, and then so many weapons that are just, like, absolutely useless. So you're usually bound to find, like, something decent, like, somewhere in between, so.
Yo, thanks, Black Fox. Get some fucking armor.
I usually prioritize going to Keep somewhat early trails, specifically because that teleporter is basically required, like as your way to get back to or to get to the second castle. So most of the time, you're basically like forced to go there at some point, anyways. And if you get that teleporter, you're making meaningful progress as you collect the teleporter. So that's one of the reasons why I prioritize going there relatively early. Meanwhile, Chris is like behind in like total checks, but was the first to find the Jewel of Open. So because of that, he ends up being slightly ahead. So we'll see if that ends up mattering a lot or not. One thing I can do actually, because of the scene that we're using, is I could actually do this and extend the player's view a tiny bit like that. Yeah, the other thing that's nice about going to Castle Keep, specifically when you have flight, is that it is 3 relic checks that are all right next to each other. So that could end up being like a really big swing moment, depending on what's there. I wish Dog would play more races. He plays tons. He played plenty today. He literally races every day. It's just that we missed him because it's Ass O'Clock. These are the Ass O'Clock racers. I wanted to give them a chance to be featured on stream and be featured in the YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah, if you follow the game on Twitch, you see people racing literally all day, every day. There's probably close to like 10 races a day. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we're averaging 10 races a day. Maybe slightly below that, but on like a good day, like 10 races a day.
Look very tense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you could also just go out of your way to follow all of these racers, like, for example. I don't think I officially introduced everybody. Thankfully, their names are all on the screen. We got Christogram on the top, Mr. Razio in the bottom left, and then Dogwood in the bottom right so far. But yeah, following all these racers, I highly recommend it. If you want to see some like tight SotN randomizer action or just speedrunning action in general, even though a lot of these guys don't end up actually speedrunning the game. I think Dogwood was looking into doing some any percent runs. Razio's done any percent in the past. I don't know if Chris has, though.
DQ'd.
Dang. Was it even
Trying to generate...
No.
Yeah, that is true. I do my Chaos mod playthroughs every Monday. That's usually probably the best day to try and catch me streaming is Mondays because of that, because they are a lot more fun to watch in live on Twitch than on YouTube. Because you can actually interact with stuff. Insert glitchless plug because it's been a while. Yeah, that's true. I mean, glitchless is it's a good category. A lot of people like to pick up glitchless before any of the other runs because it's quote unquote more simple to pick up. But it's very deep. Glitchless speedrunning for SotN is probably one of the more you don't need like good glitch knowledge of the game, but you need a decent understanding of the mechanics of the game if you want to actually go fast. You also, it's also probably one of the more luck dependent major speedrunning categories, but stop trying to duplicate your MP by giving it to yourself. It doesn't work like that. Stop trying to break the system. You can't print money in this economy. The only way to print money in this economy is to literally give me money.
It's cool to be tense. It means you're serious. I guess so. I don't want to scare my chat though.
What sort of luck do you need for glitchless? Stat roll matters a lot more. Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks for the 69 MP. I really did need that. I was running low, dude.
Somebody's wing smashes.
Yeah, specifically your mana roll matters a lot more in glitchless. Your stats, as far as like strength early on, matter a lot more. MP refo glitch isn't like pure RNG, but it is kind of luck dependent. Like you can't like try and get them on purpose. You just kind of get lucky to get mana refill glitch, which is a glitch that is out of the control of the player. So therefore it's not banned in glitchless because you can't replicate it on purpose. It just kind of happens sometimes. And it is a beneficial glitch, so. All right, decent fight from Chris, all things considered. Fighting Aurochs is one of the things that I think is the most difficult part about routing the first castle a lot of the time. If you're not comfortable or you don't have a good weapon, fighting Aurochs can be a pain. So, also interesting that Chris opts to fight Aurochs first. Okay, it's a Vlad relic, so that's important. Chris is also missing a Vlad relic, specifically the Eye of Vlad. Where did the runners find Eye of Vlad again? It was in the Castle Keep, because Chris hasn't done the Castle Keep yet. Meanwhile,
not another one.
that means there's 4 Vlad relics in the first castle so far. Yeah, it was that Power of Mist, that is correct. But Razio and Dogwood opting to actually go into the caverns first. This could end up being big, depending. Although they don't have the Aurochs Warp yet, because they're opting to go here first. So this, it could be awkward for them to get to Aurochs at some point. Power of Mist at sword card. All right. Yeah, if you're Chris, you're not too upset with this. I imagine Chris is now going the long way around to get to Castle Keep, and will slowly meet back up with these players. But in the meantime, for a new perspective that we haven't seen yet, it looks like it's gonna be Dogwood first. And then Razio literally right on his ass. Oh, that's a Mana Prism up there. I don't know if Razio found that. Interesting. So that was a Mana Prism in the room before. And then Dogwood, I don't know if Dogwood found that, sorry. So, yeah, that's interesting. Where is it?
Would you stop missing? Jesus. Gotta go kick Drax's ass. Yeah.
There, I fixed. There was a bug with Give MP in the bot, so I fixed it real quick. So
there's holy glasses.
I just noticed something wasn't working right about the Give MP part of the bot, so I fixed it. I'm surprised nobody found the bug when they were doing it, but thankfully I fixed it early before it got out of hand. Interesting. Holy glasses at Succubus. Wow. And just movement alone, it looks like Razio is taking a small lead here. And is going to be first to fight Scylla here. But didn't save split. Honestly, the save split on the way to Scylla, I don't think is worth it. I think it's only worth going for a safe split here if you also have Merman Statue available. So, oh, and that's missed. Hopefully there's no soft lock here. I don't know if Razio let the water rise high enough to avoid the soft lock. I'm honestly kind of worried because I haven't seen the water move at all. Okay, he's good. Yeah, honestly, it's kind of hard to force that. You have to be very, very fast to make that soft lock happen sometimes. So that's good. People are brave with this. Yeah, I think in general, you have to be very, very fast in order to force the soft lock to happen. I think it's one of the reasons why the soft lock exists. And, well, I'm not trying to give any praise to SotN QA testers, but, you know, maybe that's the reason they didn't find the soft lock when they were QA testing, so. Yeah, you genuinely have to be quite quick in order to force that soft lock to happen. Oh my god, it is insanely close between Dogwood and Razio. They've been like doing the same exact route, and they are like in the same room, getting hit by the same enemies, have very similar equipment and loadout. Oh my, this is insanely close between these two. Razio barely squeaking out a lead here so far. Opens the menu to put on some armor. I don't hate this idea because he was getting hit for like tens of damage with the bot, so.
Those on, and everything else sucks. Okay.
Dogwood opting to go to caverns or the mines first. This is an interesting split. Razio going to check Merman Statue first. Meanwhile, Dogwood going into the mines first. Let's see what Razio finds over at Merman Statue, because this could be big. I guess the only thing that would really like matter here is a Vlad relic or gravity boots. That's nice to have, especially when you want to climb back up the waterfall. The issue is like if you look at Razio's MP bar up there, it is very, very low. So getting back, and he used more MP for the gravity jumps. The gravity jumps also cost MP. But once he enters the second castle, however, the gravity boots are going to save him, God, close to a minute, if not more, in some sections. So if Dogwood never picks those up, that could end up being a net benefit for Razio. But as far as information that we don't have yet, it's going to be Dogwood going forward into the mines to be the next check that we haven't seen yet. Okay, it's a familiar card. Familiar cards in general are not powerful in this game. Familiar, except for the fairy. The fairy has the most utility out of all of them, but there's no way to tell which familiar card is which when you pick them up. So in general, you usually just don't pick any of them up because of that. Where did Chris find Ring? It was at Echo of Bat, because none of these players have done Aurochs except for Chris. Chris was the first to do Aurochs, which I think was probably the correct play overall, because all these players went to the caverns early. Oh, Dogwood's going to the second castle early, having not done Aurochs or the rest of the catacombs. All right. So it's starting early, starting bright and early in this seed. Well, I guess 30 minutes in, but still, like, oh, he has a library card. Okay, he has a library card. I guess if you're going to use your library card, it's probably you get the most efficiency out of using it from going from the second castle back to the first castle. So I guess going for early second castle when you have a library card is probably like just to get the most amount of value out of your library card time-wise. Makes sense. But in every other measure, it's... Also, the density in the catacombs isn't great either. So this isn't like as... Okay, as far as gambles go, this isn't the worst gamble I've ever seen. But... It's not a great gamble. I don't know how I feel about this. I would have to actually sit down and think about this exact scenario for a while before like this might be something that I would do in a seed, honestly, depending on my scenario. So, oh, but he also has mist. He could have checked Silver Ring. He could have checked Vanilla Bat. Like, yeah, never mind. I don't know, man. There's like a lot of stuff left in the first castle.
In the second castle, so I need to save. So if something
There's
happens-
like so much stuff left in the first castle now that I think about it, man. Goes for creature. Don't fucking say that. Don't say that in my chat. I'm gonna ban the word creature in my chat because I'm
I
tired
skipped
of
so
these.
much in the first castle, though. What am I doing?
Okay, at least Dogwood's self-aware. At least Dogwood's self-aware. And as we know, there's at least 4 relics in the first castle, so. Creature gamble is it's so insanely bad. Okay, just the snorkel.
Utility.
It's fine to get the snorkel. It's not like the worst thing in the world. However, you're not really going back. I guess for when you do Merman statue or something, having snorkel's fine. I don't know. Because you've already done most of caverns at this point. Climbing the reverse oh, he's going to be doing reverse. Yeah, dude. Wait.
That was terrible.
Dogwood's doing all of the second castle without gravity boots. Oh my god. I forgot he also skipped the Merman statue check. Yeah, Dogwood's a psycho. Dogwood's living on the edge. This is a big gamble for Dogwood. Okay. If I was only skipping Spike Breaker and Grand Falloon, then I don't think this is that bad. But whatever. Yeah. Razio kind of struggling with Grand Falloon over here. But finally decides to finish off the Grand Falloon fight. We'll see how this works out for him. Let's see what it is. If this is a Vlad relic, I'm going to scream. It's Wolf. Save split that? Yeah, you do when you have Bat. And Mist, too, so you don't even need it for any amount of utility. Dogwood finds Covenant Stone, which is Gold Ring. Okay. So far, Dogwood hasn't found another Vlad relic. We see Chris with 4 Vlad relics already 30 minutes into the seed. Things could get wild here.
Yeah, that's what happened. Whatever.
Razio's going for the blind bat. I mean, at this point, it's so important to learn the blind bat setup. I still screw it up all the time, though, so I still get nervous about it. I think that's good height. Really? Dude, I hate blind bat. You're too far forward, I think. No, you're not. Wait, what? Oh, my God. This is...
No,
yeah.
Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
Oh, wow. The fairy coming in clutch there. Jesus, that... Yes, we know some animals can live in complete darkness. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, that's definitely low enough. You're good. You're good. Honestly, figuring out the height value is very scary when you're doing it completely blind. So
Easy.
I thought that was fine. Honestly, I have such a hard time determining the correct height value. So you've never heard that before? Yeah.
Nasty. I'm sorry, dude.
Let's see what it is.
I know.
It is nothing. Okay, so skipping the mines was the right play.
Let's do this.
Chris is in the second castle.
See what that sword is?
Now. Uh-oh. This is getting a little...
Oh, it's Garthang.
Silver Ring and Bat are still in the first castle as possible checks. So... And Razio's opting to use the library card now. Okay. If there's another library card in the seed, that'll end up helping out Razio, I think. Razio's also probably going to be the first to check Bat because of this. So that's not a bad idea to use the library card so you can check Bat sooner. It's all going to depend on what's in the the first castle still. Razio also still hasn't done anything in Keep yet, so. Oh, that's a Varda.
Okay.
Buy 2 Vardas, bro. Just do it. Double up. There it is. Secret Boots as Varda. You love to see it. Now you're just looking for a decent weapon, and you can just ignore everything else, man. Don't look for defense. You don't need. You have 2 Vardas. You don't need to look for defense. You don't need it. All right. Well, that's fine. You have 2 Vardas. It literally ups all of your stats by like 30, but that's fine. Just look for more defense. Why not? Instead of buying a sword. Basilard, 104 damage. Wow. What short sword does 104 damage?
Buffalo Star.
2 Secret Boots do not stack on top of each other. The effects of Secret Boots does not stack on top of each other. If you're wearing 1 Secret Boots or 2 Secret Boots, it doesn't matter. Gotta teach them to reload the second castle boss rooms to avoid lag. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, I no longer need 2 damage.
He didn't equip the sword. Razio found a sword that does 100-something damage before the Vardas. It didn't equip it. There's a short sword that does 100-something damage. Interesting. Also, just a quick look at Dogwood's perspective. No extra Vlad relics. That's basically all I'm worried about is how many Vlad relics exist in the second castle. That's about it. Oh, he has a Girth thing. Okay. Cool. I guess Girth thing with double... Yeah, Vardas is fine. Cube of Zoe. All right. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Back to Dogwood, who is on something. He's on
It's just one
something.
of those seeds where I feel like you get hit too many times, you could die real easy. So I don't have the greatest armor.
I mean, you also went to the second castle early. That's part of... you can die very easily if you go to the second castle early. It's one of the other parts of this gamble strategy that is kind of spooky to do, to be honest. Nothing at Mumming got it. Did Chris fight Darkwing? I assume so. If y'all are out here skipping Darkwing Bat,
Damage. Okay.
I can't save y'all. If y'all are out here unironically skipping Darkwing Bat, I can't save you guys. He did. He skipped Darkwing Bat, or he did do the fight. Just saying he did doesn't give me the correct information you think it does. Is there logic? Yes. Every seed... He checked it. Okay. Every seed is completable, and every single seed has every relic available. So there's no relics that are locked behind their own checks, for example. Like, you're not going to find Mist, the form of Mist at the Bat transformation location, because you need Mist to get there. So every relic is available in every seed.
Wow.
And every seed is fully completable. That's basically how this logic works. Dogwood getting tossed around by the trio. If you're not ready for trio, oh, the
When you
anti-air.
jump and do that shit.
I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen that ever, I don't think. The jumping bone throw. Razio opting to not do Auroch's quarters and going to the second castle as well. So all of them are skipping stuff in the first castle and going to the second castle early. That's this benefits Chris the most. Chris is about to take a lead even though he was in the second castle later, all because he got the Secret Boots, aka Vlad relics, I think. Not Vlad relics, sorry. He got the Varda. So we'll see. We'll see. And is it not anything important? Well, I guess Chris is also struggling with this fight a decent amount. Trio is honestly, I would say, the hardest fight in second castle. And it happens pretty early on. So if you're going to do an early second castle route, you got to be prepared for Trio. Honestly, they're very annoying to deal with if you don't have the proper stuff. So Chris opting to go left, Dogwood going right. Dogwood doing the better route overall. So depending on movement, if Dogwood doesn't freaking die, we're going to actually see the difference between them. Or maybe not. No. Chris is just doing extra item checks because he's greedy. Gotcha. And then going for a full save? Or what?
Cute.
Wait, I thought Chris picked up... You guys said that Chris bought the... No, you just said that they were in the shop, not that he bought them. Never mind. So Chris also doesn't have the Vardas. So the only one with the Vardas is Razia. So Razia is going to be flying through the second castle as far as DPS goes. And Chris, with all of his shenanigans, is still in the Marble Gallery. Meanwhile, Dogwood is about to enter the Inverted Alchemy Lab and fight Beelzebub. Okay. Somebody, can we have an intervention for Chris here? What is this route? What is this route, Chris? I forgot that he does trio, then does Akmadon, and then opens the teleporter? I think he did the same thing last race too. This literally lost him the game. Doing this route lost him first place. He was the first to enter the second castle with everything that he needed to beat the game. And he did this route, and it lost him like 3 minutes or something like that.
Just to wing smash the shit out of him. If I can wing smash.
I don't know. I mean, anybody can play the game however they want. Just don't be upset when you lose, when you do bad stuff, I guess. I don't know. Chris is also a very, easygoing guy. I don't really see him ever really get mad, so he's just having fun. It's whatever. I think this route is bad. I think this route is objectively bad, personally. Again, the standard route exists for a reason. The only way that this route is actually better is if only Trio, happens to have the last Vlad Relic. That is the only scenario where this route actually makes any sense.
Let me guess.
Because you're getting Trio slightly faster compared to other people. All right, getting tossed around. Woo! SPD coming out big from Akmadon here. Akmadon, the premier grappler of the game. In this matchup, you're going to see Alucard try and keep Akmadon out. The issue is that Akmadon doesn't actually flinch most of the time unless you hit him with enough damage. So because of that, going for the Hellfire strats. You love to see it. This is a somewhat new strategy to teleport in and meaty him with the fireballs. He is also weak to fire. That's one of the main reasons why that strategy is so effective. We talked about this a few streams ago, and all of that was for nothing. And now Chris, he's not even doing a save split. If he at least saved split in Coliseum or something, I would at least feel somewhat okay with this route, and then he would have to go find the teleporter afterwards. But he's not even save splitting. This is so much wasted movement. You have to backtrack through 2 different areas to do this route. I don't like it. Dogwood takes a death at Beelzebub. That does hurt. However, Dogwood does now have the knowledge that there is nothing interesting in the second castle outside of Gold Ring at... Where was it? Where was Gold Ring again? Oh, he saved before the fight? He's fine. By the way, Dogwood is going to be able to literally die in the middle of the fight and then come back, and he's still ahead of Chris. They were literally neck and neck. And Dogwood was able to flounder, die, come back to life, fight Beelzebub again, and he's still going to be ahead. So, I'm just telling you guys, how many times do I have to say it in these races? There's a reason the standard route exists. There's a reason why we call it the standard route. It's the standard route because in every possible scenario, you might not it might not always be the best possible case scenario, but it covers the most amount of options in the most amount of seeds. And when you're doing races with multiple people involved and your goal is to just do as well as you can, beat the seed as fast as possible. It's not about beating the other guy necessarily. In these types of scenarios, you really just want to beat the seeds consistently fast to avoid getting completely blown out. Just stick to the standard route. If this was the finals bracket, these kinds of gambles I think would make more sense. Because if you're trying to make an upset, going for a gamble sometimes makes more sense. I mean, it's a cheesy way to squeak out a win, but it is a win nonetheless. But in a group stage type scenario where you're racing multiple people at the same time, you really just want consistency overall. And again, I don't know if Chris is thinking of this as some sort of gamble where you fight CV Trio early, and then if they're the Vlad Relic, you just win or something like that. But meanwhile, Dogwood is still like doing fine.
Fuck.
I guess. I don't know. He's still ahead. He just needs to not die here. He's really struggling with this fight. I don't know. Maybe this would be a great time to plug the fact that I made a full tutorial on how to fight Beelzebub with any equipment at any level with any relic spread and not take damage. Guys, I'm telling you guys, Beelzebub seems scary. He is a boss that has one attack. He has one attack. It is sit there, being all dead and shit, and then flies show up after like every 10 seconds. It's not that scary. If you know how to deal with the flies coming in, and the grubs that fall off of him can be annoying, but still. Didn't I always have gravity boots here in the tutorial? Yeah, if you have gravity boots, you either have Bat or you have Leapstone and gravity boots, or some other form of flight to do this fight. I covered every scenario in that tutorial. Suna. Like, you literally can't get to the second castle without flight. I guess in this scenario, having Mist and Power of Mist isn't more likely to happen, but again, if you have Mist and Power of Mist, you just fly up there with Mist and Power of Mist instead of gravity boots. Like, there's Gold Ring, which is both of the rings. So there's... Everybody did very different, crazy routes. Dogwood's still technically ahead in the second castle. That just goes to show, like...
I wasted so much time.
Dogwood wasted so much time, but so did Chris with, like, a very, very bad route. So, whatever, dude. Whatever, man.
And knowing my luck right now, there was probably another Vlad in the other castle.
You are correct, Dogwood. Dogwood is very aware of what's going on, but has no means to actually stop it. They are literally neck and neck, dude. Yeah, accounting for the difference in timers, too. Yeah, they're about, like, 5-ish seconds apart. Guys. Dogwood not stopping at this save room, though.
I forgot where I was.
Dogwood also has a library card to leave the second castle, where Chris, I do not believe, does. I think Chris used his library card already, right? No, it was Razio. Razio was the one that used his library card. I don't think Chris has. So, also there is the case where Chris is looking for one Vlad relic, and if the Vlad relic is just in the second castle and not at Holy Glasses or Silver Ring or Holy Symbol. Those are the three places in the first castle that we don't know as of yet. And then there's also the rest of the second castle. Chris opting not to save split and going to creature. This is okay. I think at best the save split will save you like maybe like tens of seconds. So depending on your MP and your execution, the no save split route isn't that bad, but I think it still ends up being better to go for the save split overall. I think if there is something at creature, obviously the save split wastes time, duh. But if there isn't anything at creature, the save split ends up saving you time, so. And in this far into the route, assuming you're doing the standard route, it's a 1/5 chance that creature is the thing that you are looking for. And those stats can get messed around a little bit depending. Like, let's say you're looking for a Vlad relic or a merman statue or something else, then creature becomes more important to check. And maybe a save split becomes less important overall, but I think the standard route just uses the save split because on average, you're going to end up with the most amount of time save for going for the save split. Yeah, you got Spike Breaker for it. And that's all this time that Christopher is going to be backtracking and refilling MP. Dogwood is just going to save split that. Same with Razio. Razio didn't do the save split, so Dogwood is going to save split this whole thing and probably make up the missing time so long as he's able to kill creature efficiently.
Shield potion could come in handy. Oh, this would be clutch if it was something useful.
Yeah, Razio is catching up from damage alone, honestly. The double Vardas matters a lot. That is one thing that is like important about speedrunning this game is like, you know, you don't have to like overemphasize damage and DPS in this game. Like, you can make a lot of things work even if the DPS isn't perfect. But When you're like, oh, also these guys are so close together. And after the save split, what are you doing?
Maybe it has better defense than what I'm using.
No,
it doesn't.
I'm losing my brains. Why would you keep the spike breaker? All right, well, there goes the lead that Dogwood possibly could have had. Oh, he remembers that he had, okay. He's still ahead. Okay, he's still ahead so long as he loads in relatively. Actually, that kind of lost him his lead. So yeah, looking at that, it looks like the save split goes kind of even-ish. Yeah, so if you have infinite mana prisms, it's definitely not worth going for that save split. Yeah, it looks like the save split goes about even-ish right here, accounting for this amount of MP at least. So if you have this amount of MP or more, skipping the save split seems pretty good. So yeah, Dogwood would have been ahead. Oh, Razio! Razio's the only one that picked up gravity boots. Let's go, Razio! He's pulling away with it. Ah, he was the only one that found gravity boots. Ah, this is why you guys do all. This is literally the big time save right here. This is why you guys do the checks, man. This is Randomizer. You do the checks, you find the things, you finish the game. Like, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's literally that simple. Meet y'all at the top. Yeah, dude. Plus, Razio went out of his way. He did use his library card early, so he needs to like extend this lead as hard as possible because both Chris and Dogwood haven't used their library card yet. Oh, that's... never mind. Chris wins. GG's. Hey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. This is why you finish the first castle before you go to the second castle, guys. Woo! GG's. Oh, Chris went the wrong way. It doesn't matter. GG's. Ah, well, that was fun. That was fun. Now it's going to be close between Razio and Dogwood because Chris just takes it. His route in the first castle mattered at the end of the day a lot more than Dogwood. Because they both skipped going to Aurochs because they went to Caverns before going to Aurochs. And realistically, it's in that scenario where they went to Caverns instead of Aurochs, I think 99% of the time you go Aurochs first. They also had... No, they didn't have Mist at the time. But still, I think you go Aurochs first for the sake of looking for Merman statue before going to Caverns. Plus, you also get access to the Aurochs Warp, which becomes important to get back there for Holy Glasses, it seems like. Because using the Aurochs Warp for Holy Glasses saves like 30 seconds to a minute, it seems like. Overall, let's see Chris's reaction here on basically GGing the game.
This what she said. Please wing smash. Okay.
If I had $1 for every time I said please wing smash, I would never have to stream again.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Very likely going to be sub-hour here for Chris, so long as he's able to effectively deal with Shaft and Dracula. His weapons aren't amazing. It looks like it'll probably be like a 2 cycle on Drac because he doesn't have like double hitting weapon. I don't know if he found any strength potion or anything like that. So now let's see how Dogwood feels.
Real quick.
Is he thinking to himself like maybe he should go back to the first castle to look for Vlad like he might have missed? Is he just sticking it out? Because at this point, there's only 2 relics left. Echo. Razio finds Echo and is moving on. So he's either going to teleport back to the first castle from here because he doesn't have a library card, or he's going to opt to go all the way to Galmoth. So we'll have to see what his options are. He's opting to check Galmoth. Okay, that's fine. So.
I forgot, you're supposed to do a left and then a right thing there, aren't you?
Forgot what's Auroch's relationship with Dracula. He's just he's honestly just kind of squatting in the castle from my understanding. Or at the very least is like an estranged uncle or something.
This seed definitely felt like a casual seed. Well,
BFF.
the last seed felt like safe.
He's just a homie.
And I was not happy. Just in case.
Aurochs has his own quarters. Maybe Aurochs just named it that.
I'm not.
And he's just like
100%
squatting in
confident
Dracula's
my
castle
equipment,
without him realizing it.
though
That's another
that's
possibility.
That's probably fine.
57
But I've
minutes
lost races, like,
seems
dying again, so
reasonable.
unless I can guarantee with my equipment.
Depending, if it's a
That's
two
it.
cycle, it should be a
No, if I lose by, like,
57,
5 seconds.
maybe a 58.
I won't be happy.
Because you lose like almost a minute per cycle. So, the real castle, in the real castle, it's Deathwing's lair. Yeah, yeah. Isn't Deathwing the name of the bat?
This fight's the only one I'm really worried about, and I'm not even that worried.
Yeah.
We should be okay.
All right, let's see how Chris does it.
Sword.
Ooh, dodges
Could go
most
and
of the
check and make sure,
fight.
The other sword has a better hitbox,
He's doing okay. That's not bad.
but waste of time. At this
Considering he has like not a lot of strength, that was a decent
Well, I
fight.
can
All
switch to
things.
it, I suppose,
Oh, it's
here.
Darkwing,
Put it on
not
the attack
Deathwing.
potion.
Well,
This should have an attack.
let's just say the translation of Castlevania Symphony of the Night into English from Japanese is 100% reliable and perfect 100% of the time. So
beware, the bitrate is going to destroy itself.
I wonder how Dogwood's
You're not
feeling
gonna be
here.
able to see anything.
Dogwood has a library card and Razio doesn't, so this
Well,
could be
that's
where
far
Dogwood
weird.
catches
So
up
that's what
compared to
I was
Razio. But Razio also has gravity boots, and Dogwood has skipped a
There's
lot
no
of the
before
first
now. I
castle.
need to find the attack potion.
So
2 of them.
Dogwood took a wild and crazy route through the castle, and overall it seems to not have been the best option. All 3 pixels of Chris's face says it all. The intensity. Nobody is done yet. He's hoping to be the first. Possibly a pixel of anguish in his face. Upset that the first cycle isn't happening.
Still good in 1 cycle.
1 extra pixel of sorrow as it sets in. The possibility of maybe not finishing the race. Hopefully he knows the proper strats here. Yep, missed here, untransform. Yep, get some extra damage in. Missed again. Oh, goes to, yeah, a little late on the mist, but you're fine. There it is. Pretty fast second cycle and just at the 57-minute mark. GG's to Chris. Well played. What did he, I think he only skipped mines and catacombs? Or just catacombs, I think, as far as everything, so.
You have been doomed ever since you
It also went for the... Okay, Chris, we need to talk about your second castle, bro. Like, bro, we gotta talk about the second castle. Like, bro, we gotta talk about the second castle. I don't know why you do it that way. You're just like, I'm like 4 minutes ahead right now. What if I just throw all that away in the
That felt pretty
trash?
good. I had some good movement on that one.
And then go back to
The routing
Aquidon
was
and...
risky,
I'm
but
glad you're all right.
Risky is
the
one...
odds were
sorry.
better in the second castle, so...
Risky is one way to put it. All right, the movement, like the routing was risky. I'm done. I can't listen to him anymore. Risky routing. Dogwood didn't save. Dogwood just library card. Honestly, Dogwood just library card. Dogwood just say just library card out. Sunk cost fallacy. Sunk cost fallacy. Oh, he's doing it. Oh, he's doing it. Oh, he's doing it. The only thing that's really bad about doing the early second castle here is now the question is how many times is Dogwood going to get baited? Because realistically, he just needs to go to Auroch's quarters as fast as possible. So whoever ends up in Auroch's quarters first wins. So is Dogwood going to go check Holy Glasses? Is he going to go check Silver Ring? Is he going to go check Bat? All of those places are not the last Vlad relic. So, oh, and God forbid one of those things gives him a Merman statue, which it's basically guaranteed to be the fact because we haven't seen Merman statue yet. So one of those places would give him Merman statue if he goes there. So he also hasn't finished Caverns yet. Like he never did the Merman statue vanilla check. So it's all going to come down to how and where Dogwood gets baited. Razio, I don't think has the shortcut open to go to Auroch's quarters from the chapel. I'm 90% sure he didn't take that route. Yeah, because he hasn't been to Auroch's quarters either. Yeah. Neither of them have been to Auroch's quarters. I forgot about that. Yeah. Otherwise, he would have already won. So I hope Razio safe split. So this is giving Dogwood a chance, depending on the route Dogwood takes. there is a chance because the quote unquote better route would be to go to check Holy Glasses and then go to All Rocks if your dog would, maybe. But we'll wait and see, man. We'll wait and see. I guess in the meantime, it's also going to matter what is at Silver Ring and what is at Bat for these players overall. Oh, neither of them have Power of Mist because Power of Mist was at Aurox's quarters as well. Oh. At least Razio picked up Spike Breaker, I guess. And it's Power of Wolf. All right. Is that a save split? He never save split. Usually, if I'm going to do this route, I would save split at Keep. Like, if I don't have a library card and I come back to the first castle, I save split at Keep. Before doing... Oh, he did it as well. He just forgot that he did it. Okay, cool.
I'm just waiting for you to put me out of my misery. This hasn't been a great seed for me.
Well, not yet. Hasn't been great for me either. I made a very dumb... I did a dumb.
A very dumb. Yeah. Makes sense, makes sense. All right, where's Dogwood gonna go?
Maybe we both did a dumb.
Yeah, no, the way... I think Chris did a smart, and we did a dumb.
Yep.
Dogwood's going down, which means he's likely... No, he's not. He's not going down. Oh, no. Did he go up? Oh, no. Well, I guess he could warp to Aurox's quarters. Maybe that's what he's going to do. No, he never grabbed the Aurox warp because he hasn't even been to Aurox's quarters yet. At all. All right. Cool, cool. Let's go. Let's go. Has it? Right. I don't think he has the Aurox warp, right? He doesn't. Oh no, he's gonna go do the catacombs checks first. That's rough. The forbidden hallway becoming less and less forbidden as time goes on. Honestly, yeah, the only reason he's going through the forbidden hallway is because he doesn't have the Aurox warp. And they don't have the Aurox warp because they decided to go to caverns first instead of going to Aurox. So, again, if you're faced with a decision and you have Jewel of Open and you could either end Flight and you can go to either Aurox or caverns, I think going Aurox first, especially if you have a transformation too, always makes the most sense. Because you're getting a teleporter that is very useful for a return visit to the first castle and is also useful for... just like doing item checks before going to the caverns because there's the chance that you find Merman statue. So, okay, let's see what it's gonna be. Puts on the gold and silver rings, checks Holy Glasses first, and as we know, Holy Glasses is not the correct relic. It's just a matter of time before they find it, and like, it's just funny that of all the things, just not checking Aurox. And this is Merman. This could get really, really weird. The clock is going to be the decider. Yeah. If this is Merman statue and the clock is closed, I guarantee Razio goes down to check Merman statue. Oh, it has to be Merman, yeah, because it's the only thing we haven't seen yet.
Keep up with you guys.
You're right. This has to be Merman statue because of that. Because, yeah, it has to be Merman statue. Oh, if the clock is closed, dude. Oh, no. Razio's face. Razio's face! Oh, Dogwood. Oh, I hope Dogwood did some really smart save splits before doing all this shit. Because that is the one benefit to doing the early second castle is when you return, you can do some gnarly save splits if you're only looking for one relic. He saved at library? Okay, that's one of the gargantuan brain save splits that I was thinking of. Oh, he still has library cards too. Then never mind. It's probably faster to library card. Razio went up. Okie dokie. The statue was open. Razio is able to move on to Aurox's quarters. And I think that's going to... I don't see a world. where Dogwood comes back from this, because I mean Razio's gonna check Mist, but then after that, yo, Freddy, thanks for the ride. Yeah, after that, I don't even know, man. I don't see a world where this is gonna happen.
I have like 6,000 HP.
I still need to figure out what I'm going to do for the 1v1 races, because I don't like this layout for 1v1, obviously. I think it's just a lot of wasted space.
The coloring on your stream.
We'll see, we'll see.
As far as what the
It has like I don't know, it's like a slightly darker color versus usual, which looks kind of good.
on my camera.
No, like your game capture, like SotN itself.
No, not usually. I can't tell, like...
Both at the bottom. I'm thinking I want to just get...
It's a little hard for me to be able to tell, like, what
I might just... You know what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to make stream layouts for the competitors to use, and then just force them to use, like, a specific layout that just has their...
It just looks really good color-wise on yours.
Oh, dual streaming to Discord could work, too. It's just that Discord streaming on top of streaming to Twitch might...
Like, oh yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if people will have enough bandwidth for that, or if that matters. I don't know how much bandwidth Discord streaming takes up, and also I don't know what the max settings are. Plus, I think people are locked to use unless they have turbo or not turbo. What is it?
He's dying right now.
I bet he probably stopped stream. Like, the rest of this is dog water. You guys.
That's funny. These guys are funny. Nitro, yeah. Nitro.
I'm pretty sure he is because
No, I'm just kidding.
I thought he said he was doing it.
Yeah, max is 720 with Nitro and 60 FPS. Without Nitro, I think it's only 30 FPS. So that might not be the best idea. How long will I stream until the end of time? This stream never had a start and never had an end. It is the only thing eternal in this world.
I was gonna walk back in.
The cosmic horror of a never-ending stream is the only real thing that exists in this world, and you'll never wake up from the dream that is this stream.
Send me a code.
And with all that out of the way, there it is, Razio finding the last flat relic. This is a victory lap for Razio. I don't see a world.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Dogwood literally choosing last. He got mixed. This was the one thing that I was afraid was going to happen. This is one of the things that comes with checking the second castle first is if you have to come back, you're more likely to get mixed up as to where the final Vlad relic is going to be. So it is what it is. Yeah, likely I'm just going to make a layout. Because the other thing is, in order to maximize space, I think in a...
I probably should have done the other one.
Yeah, I think to maximize space, I would just have it be gameplay, webcam, and tracker, and then just normalize the aspect ratio for that and find the way to make the screen, specifically the gameplay, as large as possible. And then I would be able to fit my webcam and
I don't know what this
similar to like how it is here, where it's just webcam and chat underneath. Maybe actually have the chat be a little bit smaller. Mess with the webcam dimensions, all that fun stuff. I'll figure it out, though. I have like 2 weeks to do it.
that I meant.
Add player names. That too. I mean, I'll be able to add player names on my end since it's only going to be 2 people streaming, so then having the player name on their stream doesn't matter anymore. The only reason I'm doing it through multi-stream this way is because every single race, I don't know how many people are going to enter. I don't know where they're going to end up in the multi-stream layout. I don't know like who's going to finish when and how many, like, because that's the other thing about having multiple people in a race is like, you know, Chris finished the race. I could just X out of him on multi-stream, and now his perspective isn't wasting space on the stream, and now it's just Razio and Dogwood. And then when Razio presumably finishes next, then I could like X out of Razio and then just full screen Dogwood, that kind of thing. So that's the only reason I'm having these layouts be the way that they are now and just letting the runners use whatever. But once it's the 1v1, I'll come up with my own stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna make one that everyone's gonna use, and it'll be standardized because of it. One of the things I can do with that is I can make web sources for everybody. No, actually, no. That might not be the... Do I just do it as individual web sources, or... I'll figure it out. That might be the best way to do it. But then I would have to, if I want to cut things up and move them around, the individual elements. Interesting. Yeah, I would just make multiple of the same one, yeah.
Everything I can to
And then I
keep
could
up here.
add that to a scene, and then have a scene with multiple scenes of each individual one. And then just turn on and off which one I need for the given race.
Nice.
That might be the best way to do it. Saved under the elevator to holy glasses. Oh yeah, because he hasn't done all of Caverns yet. That's why. He hasn't finished Caverns. I guess he also hasn't done holy glasses either, considering he hasn't picked up the merman statue. So I guess that's Dogwood's idea. I'm curious. I'm ready to watch Dogwood's reaction when he finds the last Vlad relic. Because he probably will find it before Razio .duns. Actually, Razio might .dun before that, because Razio's got hella DPS right now. We'll see, we'll see. Honestly, I just want to see Dogwood's reaction. Oh my god. Razio's DPS is insane. Never mind. Oh, never mind. Dogwood never found the girth thing, though. Dude, I'm telling you, the girth thing will never let you down. The girth thing's got the girth. Oh my god, I thought that was a soft lock. Because I couldn't see what the hands were doing. Alright, here it is. Let's listen.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It'd be like that.
Hurts.
Yeah.
Time. Your pain is over, my friend. Time. Your pain is over.
Oh, thank fucking god.
GG's to the competitors. That was honestly, it could have been a lot closer, but
Did you take the merman bait?
it is what it is. So, anyways, thanks everybody for watching. If you made it this far into the YouTube video and you haven't liked, commented, and subscribed, and possibly rang the bell, I don't know what to say to you, man. Like, I know you haven't done it. YouTube sends me the analytics, so I'll just hate you forever personally and hold a grudge out forever. So, just is what it is. And if you've done all those things, maybe check the description and click on the links down there to do more fun stuff for your boy. Anyways, peace out, y'all.